There it is. The mayhem, the treachery, the quiet, and the impending doomsday clip that with a single vicious drop might wipe out Jim Jones's entire history. Chrissy Lampkin is steadfast. Jim tumbling into the night, Mama Jones is furiously angry live, and the basis of Harlem itself is being subtly shaken by an unidentified stranger. The narrative is not yet complete. It will explode in a matter of seconds. You are unable to turn away now because of this. Because when that clip drops at noon tomorrow, everything we believed we could turn upside down. In private, was Chrissy taking sides? Was Jim being honest about being betrayed? Or is the doomsday footage the final nail in his coffin? You will be left behind as the world watches history burn in real time if you miss this next revelation. This is what you must do right now. If you're riding with Chrissy, hit the like button. If you believe Jim still has a chance to change the course of events, please smash the comments. Most importantly, when this clip explodes, you do subscribe with the notification bell on, not wish to have to hurry to catch up. When the truth finally hits you, you want to be the first person in the room. This goes beyond rumors about famous people. This is what we are witnessing. Treachery, war, and survival. The doomsday clock is running out and the empire is collapsing. Keep your eyes open. Avoid scrolling. The following chapter might ruin everything, so stay focused. There it is. Jim Jones's entire legacy could be destroyed in a single moment by the mayhem, treachery, silence, and impending doomsday clip. Vicious descent. Chrissy Lampkin is steadfast. Jim tumbling into the night, Mama Jones is furiously angry live, and an unidentified individual subtly trembling Harlem's very foundation. The narrative is not yet complete. It's just a few seconds away from blowing up. You are unable to turn away now because of this. Because everything we believed to be true could be completely appended when that clip drops tomorrow at noon. In private, was Chrissy taking sides? Was Jim being honest about being betrayed? The doomsday clip, however, is the final nail in his coffin. You will be left behind as the world watches history burn in real time if you miss this next revelation. This is what you must do right now. If you're riding with Chrissy, hit the like button. If you believe Jim still has a chance to change the course of events, please smash the comments. The most crucial thing is to subscribe with the notification bell turned on, since you don't want to be rushing to catch up when this clip explodes. When the truth finally hits you, you want to be the first person in the room. This goes beyond rumors about famous people. This is what we are witnessing. Treachery, war, and survival. The doomsday clock is ticking, and the empire is collapsing. Keep your eyes open. Avoid scrolling. Remain locked in because everything could be destroyed in the next chapter. And there it is, the mayhem, the treachery, the quiet, the impending doomsday clip that, with a single vicious drop, could wipe out Jim Jones's entire legacy. Mama Jones, raging live, Jim descending into darkness, Chrissy Lynn standing firm, and an unidentified individual subtly trembling Harlem's very foundation. The narrative is not yet complete. It will explode in a matter of seconds. You are unable to turn away now because of this. Because when that clip drops at noon tomorrow, everything we believed we could turn upside down. In private, was Chrissy taking sides? Was Jim being honest about being betrayed? Or is the doomsday footage the final nail in his coffin? You will be left behind as the world watches history burn in real time if you miss this next revelation. This is what you must do right now. If you're riding with Chrissy, hit the like button. If you believe Jim still has a chance to change the course of events, please smash the comments. The most crucial thing is to subscribe while the notification bell is turned on, because you do not want to be rushing to catch up when this footage explodes. When the truth finally hits you, you want to be the first person in the room. This goes beyond rumors about famous people. This is what we are witnessing. Treachery, war, and survival. The empire is collapsing and the clock is ticking down to doomsday. Keep your eyes open. Avoid scrolling. The following chapter might ruin everything, so stay focused. The internet went silent at midnight. Millions of waiting for the leak with gaze fixed on screens. Then it appeared. The bomb was dropped by the anonymous account, raw for over 3 minutes. Uncut video taken from 2 distinct perspectives. It was worse than anyone could have envisioned. Jim was shown walking with his jaw clenched and his phone glowing in his hand at the start of the video. Chrissy tried to touch his arm, leaned over, and murmured something. "Don't," he muttered as he tore his arm off, then shoved the phone into his pocket. "Jim, what is it? Who is she?" She prodded once more, and his head jerked up like a man under a spell. Chaos ensued. The music was drowned out by Jim's thundering voice. "Chrissy, stop making me look foolish." He slammed his drink on the table, sending liquid flying across the booth, saying, "You have no idea what I'm dealing with." Chrissy winced, but she spoke calmly. "Jim, don't come here. Not in this manner. Take a seat." The neighboring crowd started to move. Phones emerged. It zoomed in. A dot. Then the internet-breaking moment arrived. Jim pounced, tried to push Chrissy out of the booth, and gripped her arm so firmly that she stumbled. She pushed him away and yelled, "Let go of me." The unidentified man materialized as a shadow, moving between them and extending both hands. "Chill, bro. Relax. he was saying. Jim gave him a forceful chest thrust. Then came the part that nobody anticipated, shouting, "Stay out of this. You don't know what she's been doing." Chrissy turned to face the unidentified man, her eyes glassy with tears and her face flushed. Something inaudible was whispered into his ear. His arm softly touched hers as he leaned in to steady her. It was all captured on camera. When Jim saw it, his anger erupted. Chrissy covered her face in her hands as security barged in and restrained him. The damage was irreparable, yet the video ended there. The video broke the internet in a matter of minutes. Not only was it popular, but it was pervasive. Real-time YouTube reactors cried, screamed, and cursed Jim's name. Timelines on Twitter were a complete mess. The hashtags changed. Hashtag #MSterryman, hashtag Jim, hashtag Chris, SYS revealed. According to one widely shared post, Jim Jones just terminated his own career in 3 minutes flat. Another admirer commented, "Did you see how she leaned on him? That's someone she trusts, not a complete stranger." The consequences were swift and severe. Blogs with titles like "Chrissy Leans on Mystery" were popular. As Jim blows up, Kamen says, "The true cause of the battle." Chrissy whispered into the man's ear in a freeze frame that was shared by TMZ. Chrissy remained silent despite the caption. Too close for comfort. Hollywood Unlocks only wrote, "It's over." Not even a cryptic post, not a denial, not a statement. Once, she was silent. Read as strategy after being misunderstood as shock. Supporters started to question whether she was secretly getting ready to go. Deciding what to do next, the celebs doubled down while Jim went into a public spiral. Shaking her head, Cardi B went live. "That's crazy. Bro, you don't disrespect your queen-like way. It's not that. Chrissy deserves better." According to Tamar Braxton, "For a period, always understated," Remy Ma said, "loyalty is a gift. Don't play with it," beside a dark screen on her Instagram story. It was shared by the Shade Room, which led to rumors that Remy had switched sides with Chrissy. The real surprise, however, was when insiders began to release text messages. Screenshots purportedly from Jim's phone were discovered. Flirtatious messages conversed with a woman identified as M. "When can I see you again?" "She doesn't need to know." "K, don't worry. She's not the right person for you anyhow," she responds. M was instantly connected by fans to a popular Instagram model Jim had previously been associated with. The texts were already damning. The voice note then appeared. Just hours after the altercation, an unidentified insider posted a recording to a site, saying it was Jim's voicemail to Chrissy. The voice was garbled, broken, and raw. "It wasn't my intention. I love you. You know that. You are aware that it is you. Don't trust them. Don't put your trust in him. He is attempting to remove you from me. Chrissy, please." On social media, the voicemail kept playing. Jim is pleading. Jim is begging. Jim sounds more like a man on the verge of losing everything than a rapper. Every word was analyzed by fans. Who was he? The unidentified man. Every word was analyzed by fans. Who was he? The unidentified man. Did Jim know something that the general public didn't know? Or was he just paranoid? Or did he have knowledge that the general people did not? The story changed once again. All of a sudden, it wasn't just Chrissy and Jim. Jim was up against Chrissy and her purported guardian. It became known as a love triangle, an untidy, poisonous public collapse that even made Love and Hip, "I Hope You Appear" tame. Memes portrayed the unknown man as the knight in shining armor, Chrissy as the injured queen, and Jim as the villain. The ultimate treachery followed. His silence was broken by the mystery man himself. He didn't leave live. His post wasn't a tirade. Rather, he subtly posted a mysterious Instagram story with a picture of a glass of wine and the words, "She deserves peace." There were no names or tags, but the meaning was obvious. The internet burst forth. Was this proof that Chrissy and he were closer than anyone had assumed? That Chrissy was finding solace in someone else while Jim was going into a downward spiral? Fans showered his remarks with assertions such as "We stand a protector" and "fire him up." Once associated with devotion and Harlem pride, Jim's name had come to represent treachery, anger, and loss. The ripples started to affect the industry itself. According to reports, a sneaker company withdrew from talks for Jim's endorsement contract. A streaming platform that had been silently withdrew their consideration of a new reality show with Jim and Chrissy. Advertisers did not want to be associated with a controversy that involved public humiliation, violence, and cheating. However, the most sinister turn was yet to occur. Late at night, another anonymous account appeared, releasing what it said were hazy pictures of legal documents and court-ready receipts. Rumors that Chrissy had previously seen a well-known divorce attorney. On Twitter, one caption caused a stir. "She's finished. He's done. Papers moving." Was it accurate? One thing was certain, but no one knew for sure. Chrissy's silence said more than words could. She hadn't tried to deny it, hadn't stood up for Jim, and to preserve one's appearance. Fans felt emancipation in that quiet. But when Jim himself finally spoke, it was the cliffhanger, the moment that drove everyone into a tailspin. Almost 3 a.m, he shared a picture of himself with his hood up and his face barely visible in a dark room. The internet froze when the caption said, "Y'all don't know the half." Pray for me. Was that a guilty admission? A call for assistance? A hint that there was more to come? One thing was certain, regardless of what it meant. This was no longer merely a scandal, with reputations, relationships, and careers hanging by a thread. It was a complete implosion. Additionally, fresh receipts would emerge the next day, ones that made in contrast. Everything appears to be mild so far. The blogs woke up swinging, and Harlem was buzzing like never before the morning after Jim's mysterious post asking for prayers. His remark was prominently displayed on TMZ's homepage. It was shared by the Shade Room with the following caption: what fans interpreted the one line as a premonition. You think? Jim, hiding. Hollywood Unlocked remarked simply, "This ain't a prayer. It's a confession. You guys are unaware of the half." Which half was it? What secret did Jim not dare reveal aloud? The internet had its response by lunchtime, or at least a fresh round of rumors. Scanned pages of what appeared to be legal documents were included in an anonymous email that was sent to several gossip sites. The documents purportedly included the name of one of the most vicious celebrity divorce lawyers in New York, Chrissy Lampkin. Red circles were drawn around the terms petition and marital assets. The timing was deadly, whether it was true or not. In a matter of hours, #Chrissy files were trending globally. The conjecture was vicious. At last, she hired a lawyer. She's done this time. Jim is on the verge of losing everything. Jim's acts of aggression gave way to Chrissy's maneuver of power. She was more than simply the victim in the widely shared video. She was now preparing to go as queen, ready to inherit the crown and perhaps half of Jim's dominion. Meanwhile, Jim was falling apart in real time. He was photographed outside a booze store in Manhattan, wearing a hoodie, up, bottle in hand, stumbling silently past cameras. The pictures went viral right away. As if the fire needed more, fans added, "This man looks broken." Others mocked, "He wanted prayers, but he's drowning himself instead." Mama Jones went into combat with petrol. The legendary reality TV personality who reared Jim went live on Instagram. Her uncensored flaming speech set the internet on fire. "I want to share something with you all." She gave the camera a snarl. "I'm not sure whatever video you guys watched, but my son is not a monster." Chrissy is aware of her actions. She has been pressuring him. She has been treating him disrespectfully. Additionally, "I'm sick of people treating my family like we're dogs on the street." The comments section went crazy. She was supported by several supporters who referred to her as a mother protecting her child. She was brutally burnt by others. Once more, Mama Jones is allowing misbehavior. "You're blaming Chrissy." Then, screenshots of her outbursts went viral, igniting fresh discussions. Mama didn't stop there, though. She shared a mysterious voice message purportedly spoken between Chrissy and the unidentified male 30 minutes later. Although it was difficult to hear the muffled audio, one phrase was very clear. "I can't," Chrissy's voice said. "You're the only one who can relate to me, so keep doing this." The internet exploded. Jim lost his temper because, if the recording was authentic, it demonstrated a full-fledged affair rather than merely emotional betrayal. Chrissy was emotionally relying on the guy. Perhaps more. One Twitter user commented, "Nah, Jim's still wrong for putting hands on her, but this changes everything." The fandom split. In comment wars, #Team Jim and #Team Cry battled. Whether Chrissy was the betrayer or the victim in disguise was a topic of discussion in threads with thousands of responses. Some memes ridiculed Jim for losing both his daughter and his dignity, while others depicted the unidentified man as the new ruler of Harlem. The dagger then appeared. Using the same Instagram model from the previous rumors, a well-known industry blogger shared screenshots of Jim's DMs that had been leaked. The texts were explicit rather than merely flirtatious. Using adolescent-style hard-tied emojis, Jim tells her he booked the flight and assures her she won't find out. There was no denying the betrayal. Chrissy's camp didn't waste any time in replying, albeit in a covert manner. She was seen leaving her flat with the unidentified male by her side by a paparazzi camera. She wasn't in tears. She wasn't hiding. Her faint smile was enough to provoke nuclear conjecture. The picture went viral. Chrissy leaves with an unidentified guardian. Jim disappeared into the darkness. It has a caption from the Shade Room. New chapter. Fans screamed betrayal. She upgraded. She done with Jim for real. Others expressed disdain. Chrissy, it's too soon. However, regardless of your feelings towards it, one thing was evident. Jim's shadow no longer surrounded her. The industry started to distance itself from Jim completely. An official announcement of a shoe company's dissolution was made. A purported Dosers agreement overnight. It vanished. His name was silently removed from the lineup of a music festival. He fell farther and deeper into the abyss with each headline. However, when another leaked recording was discovered, it was the darkest time. This time, it was a Jim allegedly left Chrissy a voicemail 2 nights prior to the incident at the club. He garbled his voice in desperation. "Chrissy, don't make me look foolish. Avoid playing with me. I am aware of him. Don't assume I'm ignorant. I promise that the message will end if you make me seem foolish once more." However, the danger was obvious enough to provoke anger. Answers were requested by the internet. Chrissy was urged by fans to speak up, to confirm or refuse. Chrissy, however, said nothing. Her sole action was posting a mysterious Instagram story featuring just one Maya Angelou quotation. The saying, "Believe them the first time when they show you who they are," went viral. It was reposted by millions, praising it as Chrissy's subdued retort. However, Jim's supporters turned the tables on her, saying that someone was actually Chrissy. More than ever, the war waged on. Then the last twist appeared. The internet was frozen by it. 11:59 p.m. Back the anonymous account that had first released the video. It posted a preview of something even more sinister this time. The Doomsday clip is a severely watermarked video file. Tomorrow's caption midday. Everything you believed to be true was incorrect. The file's still image was sufficient to cause shockwaves. Jim, Chrissy, and the unidentified man were visible. At a private meal, the three of them appeared to be having a furious discussion. Weeks prior to the incident at the club, Chrissy read her face. Jim slammed the table with his hand. At the club, Chrissy read her face. Jim slammed the table with his hand. The unidentified man leaned between them. The unidentified man leaned between them. The blogs went haywire. The hours were counted down by fans. The Doomsday footage rose to the top of the global trend charts. Everyone was curious about what the video contained. What had been going on all this time behind closed doors? Most importantly, why now and by whom was it leaked? Jim said nothing. Chrissy said nothing. Mama Jones went on the offensive, posting yet another tirade about snakes in the grass and phony friends. The internet was confident of one thing despite the mysterious man posting nothing at all. No matter what the Doomsday film showed, it would either confirm Chrissy or fuck her altogether. And for Jim Jones, Chrissy Lampkin, and everyone connected to this poisonous, collapsing empire, there would be no going back once it fell. It was getting closer to midday. As fans prepared for impact, Jim Jones sat by himself in Harlem, watching his world fall apart. Real time, aware that his legacy, his love, and his career may all be destroyed by the next disclosure. Because everything would blow apart when the Doomsday clip came out, including the truth, the lies, and the betrayals. There it is, the mayhem, the treachery, the quiet, and the impending apocalyptic clip that, with a single vicious drop, could wipe out Jim Jones's entire reputation. Mama Jones, raging live, Jim descending into darkness. Chrissy Lampkin, staying firm. And an unidentified stranger subtly trembling, the very core of Harlem. The narrative is not yet complete. It will explode in a matter of seconds. You can't turn away now because everything we believe to be true could change when that clip drops tomorrow at noon. In private, was Chrissy taking sides? Was Jim being honest about being betrayed? The Doomsday clip, however, is the final nail in his coffin. You will be left behind as the world watches history burn in real time if you missed this next reveal. This is what you must do. If you are riding with Chrissy, click the like button at this very moment. If you believe Jim still has a chance to change the course of events, please smash the comments. The most crucial thing is to subscribe with the notification bell turned on, since you don't want to be rushing to catch up when this clip explodes. When the truth finally hits you, you want to be the first person in the room. This goes beyond rumors about famous people. This is what we are witnessing: treachery, war, and survival. The Doomsday clock is running out and the empire is collapsing. Keep your eyes open. Avoid scrolling. Remain locked in since the upcoming chapter might destroy everything.